Again, my name is Dr. Stan Harris. They call me Dr. Breakthrough. And I always have to give a disclaimer as Dr. Breakthrough. I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. But when people follow the breakthrough prescription, God Almighty provides the breakthrough they desire and deserve. And a breakthrough is exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. And so, my friend, we're going to give you simple but powerful training tonight, my friend. Very simple, but very powerful training tonight. And that is, we're going to talk about 3 SCs. 3 SCs to success. 3 SCs to success. So we talked last week about a formula. Remember, we said that a formula is something that works every time by everyone that works it in every situation they work it in. And we gave you that very simple 3-step process. Well, tonight we're going along the lines, but I'm going to add something to it that make it really bam, hit home, okay? And this is going to empower you. By the way, my desire is to educate, empower, and elevate people to break through any barrier that would hinder their success. And I do that by empowering people to break to a best version of themselves, or at least a better version. And so, my friend, tonight, 3 principles, 3 SCs to convincing success. See, when you have this powerful success, guess what, my friend? Success leaves clues, people say, but I like to say this way: success is the greatest convincer for people to join you in your business or your endeavor. See, when they see you successful, there's an energy about that that attracts. When they see you successful, that does the convincing. So you don't have to convince, you just have to convey, my friend. Because why? Because your story, your success, my friend, is the thing that attracts and grabs them. So if I could just give you 3 simple SCs that will cause you to be successful, my friend, and that success then would in turn attract so many people. So guess what? You just got to make sure you hang around long enough to get these 3 SCs into play. Then you get the great success, and then people start coming after you and chasing after you. Hey, how would you like for people to come after you instead of you having to go after people? Come on, was that good? Would you want that? Yes, yes, or of course, yes, right? All right, here we go. So 3 SCs. The first SC is pretty simple, and that is swish consistently. Come on now. If you want to have this success, I'm talking about, number 1, you got to swish consistently. Now, it's amazing to me. I called someone the other day and I said, well, hey, tell me about your great results with your swishing. They're like, well, it was going pretty good, but I stopped. I was like, you what? They said, yeah, don't worry, I'm getting back to it. You know, and it reminded me of Jim Rohn, who is known as a foremost business philosopher. And we used to travel and speak from time to time and share the platform. And he would say something very simple, but very powerful. He said, things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. Folks, I'm telling you, to be successful in this business, it's very simple. Number 1, you just got to switch. I talked about that last week. And this bottle, my friend, 2 capfuls, they say, once a day. Now we teach, do it twice a day. And if you don't get any results, do it 3 times a day. Now, I switch 5 times a day, my friend, because I love having extra energy, my friend. I love having that extra mental clarity. I love having the extra focus. But listen, my friend, I'm telling you this. But what happens is, some people don't swish consistently. No, the first SC, you got to swish consistently. Now, write this down. Everybody is consistent. Come on, write it down, but I'm going to break it down. I said everybody is consistent. The only problem is, Ronan, most people are consistent at being inconsistent. See, somebody said to me, man, you know what? I just need to be consistent. I'm like, no, you're already consistent. You're just consistent at being inconsistent. We just need to get you to have a breakthrough then where you'll be consistent at being consistent at the things that matter. And my friend, if you want to be successful, listen, the 3 SCs, number 1, swish consistently. I mean, listen, 2 capfuls, swish in the morning, swish in the afternoon, swish in the evening, but you got to swish consistently. You got to swish how? Consistently. Last week I talked about swishing, but we got to add this extra thing because a lot of folks start off swishing. They're just not consistent about it. They swish inconsistently and they wonder why they don't have success. Listen, if you're going to have that powerful testimonial, by the way, remember I said facts at best tell, but testimonials actually sell. And a testimonial, especially when it's documented, my friend, to say this is what I was doing before versus now this is where I'm at now. And listen, the most powerful thing in the world, I believe, is the word of God. The second most powerful thing is your personal testimony. Nobody can refute your personal testimonial. That's why every time I get involved with a business, I create me a testimonial as soon as possible. The most powerful, most effective, and that's why I did a whole session on how to maximize your results. But I want to get a testimonial. Why? Because my testimonial is the thing that will sell people. Like, listen, this past weekend, I was talking to my good friend, Les Brown. Of course, when I had COVID last year, Les called me every day, every single day. And then, my friend, when I got home, and no one had to do this, but he's the only one that sent me a gift or a present. He sent me a 4-foot money plant. I mean, it's incredible. But anyway, we were talking because there's this conference that I'll be speaking at. And I said to the lady, hey, would you like me to get Les Brown? And she's like, excuse me? Yeah, it's called. I said, would you like Les Brown as one of the speakers? She's like, Dr. Breakthrough, come on. I said, yeah, hold on. And I got Les Brown on the phone. And anyway, make a long story short, he's going to be one of the speakers now. And of course, George Fraser, myself, others. But at any rate, I start talking to and sharing with Les Brown. He said, man, your voice sounds so much stronger than last time I talked to you. And I said, Les, I got my ABC. I said, now I'm married to my ABC, the adorable brown caramel delight, my wife, Nadia. But I was praying for an ABC anointed breakthrough comeback from COVID. And I said, this guy named Brian Roberts called me, and make a long story short, I told him I'm already taking 14 products. I already exercise. I drink, make fresh juice every day. Oh my goodness, I made fresh watermelon juice today. I was supposed to have it here with me. Let's see here. Excuse me. Hey, baby girl. Hey, babe, can you bring me a glass of watermelon juice, please? If you get a chance. I apologize. I forgot to do that. Okay. So yeah. So you got to be hydrating, folks. You got to keep hydrated. But anyway, and so I said, Brian, I juice every day. I exercise every day. I'm on 14 different products from 6 different companies. And so, you know what I'm thinking? I probably wouldn't notice much, but guess what, my friend? I got the product in, started swishing. And by the way, we start off with the big pack. You know, that big pack where you get $250 of extra product. That big pack, the $1,000 pack, where you also get the VIP, where you get the mentoring by Stephen K. Scott, my friend, where he sells that for $600 or $700, but you'll get that extra training free. And also you get the travel discount portal, my friend. So anyway, that was a great bargain. But anyway, I started swishing, my friend. And how did I swish? Did I swish once and stop? No. Did I swish twice and stop? No, I switched how? Consistently. Write that down. The 3 SCs. The first one, you got to swish consistently. You can't just switch for 2 or 3 days. And no. You got to do it consistently. And by the way, this is what successful people do. Watch this now. You got to swish when you feel like it. Write this down. Swish when you don't feel like it. Just keep swishing until you do feel like it. Oh, that's good right there. I think I'll say that again. I said, swish when you feel like it. Thank you, my love. Swish when you don't feel like it. Just keep swishing until you do feel like it, my friend. See, that's what successful people. Hey, would you like to be successful? Yes, or of course, yes. Okay. Well, guess what? It takes 3 SCs. The first one is swish consistently, not swish inconsistently like a lot of people. And by the way, if you're not yet a member, it's the only way you can be successful to switch consistently. You got to get back to whoever invited you, and you got to get their link so you can start swishing. It's very simple. This glutathione, my friend, so powerful. It's called the super hero of antioxidants, according to Dr. Oz. He said it's the thing that keeps your body protected from the diseases that you fear the most. Why wouldn't anybody in their right mind not want to put this in your body, especially, my friend, when it's nano size, especially with this special technology that literally within 70 seconds, it gets right into the bloodstream, my friend. So twice a day, just put in your mouth and swishing, my friend. Listen, so number one, you gotta, if you're gonna have this success, and by the way, the beautiful thing is everybody wants success, okay? But to get that success, it takes 3 steps. Number one, it takes swishing consistently, okay? Swishing consistently. Did you write that down? Number 2, very simple. It takes spraying consecutively. Come on now. Listen, see, watch this. Swishing works from the inside out. It's like Batman and Robin. It's like the Green Hornet and Kato. It's like the Long Ranger and Tonto, right? I'm saying, so you got to swish, and they say do it every day, 30 seconds to a minute. That's the minimum, I would say, daily requirement. I do mine for 3 to 5 minutes, my friend. So swish consistently. Again, everybody's consistent, just most people are consistent about being inconsistent. We want to help you get your breakthrough to be consistent at being consistent. Come on, somebody. So swish consistently and then spray consecutively. In other words, here's the thing. Once you swish, my friend, then make sure you get that sprayed. It's real simple. You just spray it on. I mean, listen, you women, what you have your makeup on, it's nano size. It'll go right through your makeup, my friend. Listen, it's so simple. Listen, it's so simple and so powerful, but the problem is it's so simple, some people miss it. Swish consistently. That's the first SC. Spray consecutively. See, listen, that's why listen, my friend. So if you swish consistently and spray consecutively, watch this now, you are 2/3 on the way home to success. Come on, somebody. So anybody, guess what? It doesn't matter what your age. It doesn't matter whether you're educated, uneducated. Everybody can swish consistently. Just make up your mind. And then, my friend, spray consecutively. So in other words, when you swish, then you spray. Why? Swish works from the inside out. Spray works from the outside in. Now, first, I wasn't into the spraying. I'm like, I'm not a woman. I don't really care about my skin all that much. But I realized that the skin is your largest organ of your body. And everything you put on your skin gets absorbed in. That's why, my friend, listen, that's why, by the way, people that are dehydrated, listen, when they get in the shower or bath, if they I have people weigh themselves before a shower, weigh themselves after, and many people will gain a pound or two. You know why? Because they're dehydrated and the body says, I got to get the water some way. So when you get in that shower, you get in that bath, your skin is sucking it up, my friend. Well, guess what? When you put antiperspirant under your arms, see, I don't use antiperspirant anymore. I use a deodorant. Why? The main ingredient in an antiperspirant is aluminum chlorhydrate. And that aluminum, that heavy metal, is the thing that leads to Alzheimer's. That aluminum is the thing that blocks the pores. And the pores is where the poison is supposed to come out. And so that's why now, listen, now men are coming up with breast cancer. Why? Because you put the antiperspirant here, it blocks it. And so what happens? Now it's hitting this area. So again, my friend, I'm getting off the topic a little bit, but that was good. That's free. You don't have to pay me for that one. So number one, swish consistently, the first SC. Number two, spray consecutively. And by the way, if you swish consistently, you'll end up spraying consecutively, my friend. You're 2/3 of the way home. Now, number three, real quick, here's the third one. Once you swish consistently, and number two, you spray consecutively. Now, number three, watch this now, you speak courageously. Oh, come on, somebody. Speak courageously. Now, I spoke last week about speaking, but this time I want you to speak courageously. Now, what's courage? Here's the way I define courage. When I say speak courageously and having courage, see, courage is fear that has said its prayers and steps out on faith. Oh, come on, somebody. Oh, that's good. You need to write that down, because I always say note takers are money makers, but action takers are bigger money makers. So let me say it again. I said, listen, courage is fear that it said its prayers and steps out on faith. Come on, write that down, write that down, write that down. I said fear, get this down. Because again, people say, well, man, I'm not like you. You're like bold and bodacious and outgoing and so forth. I wasn't always like this, okay? But here's what I'm saying. You can be quiet. You can be bashful. You can be shy. You can be a scaredy cat. It's okay. Listen, but courage is fear that has said its prayers and steps out on faith. That's an original quote by Dr. Breakthrough, okay? Dr. Stan Harris, AKA Dr. Breakthrough. So listen, I know some of you are afraid, but guess what? So step out and do it. Fear, do it in fear, my friend. But fear, or courage, is just fear that has said its prayers and steps out on faith. By the way, what's my acronym? One of my acronyms for faith, FAITH, firmly anticipating it to happen. Ooh, come on, somebody. Faith, fully, anticipating it to happen. See, you could be afraid, my friend. You could be scared, but guess what, my friend? In this business, to be successful, when you swish consistently and you spray consecutively, now you can start speaking courageously. And you don't have to be a courageous person, but in essence, courage is simply fear that it said its prayers and steps out by faith. And again, faith is fully anticipating it to happen. So in other words, when you speak courageously, when you're speaking by faith courageously, you expect the thing that you say, you expect the people you talk to, you expect something to happen fully, faith, fully anticipating it to happen. See, by the way, the greatest book ever written says, as a man thinketh in his heart. See, if you think you are beaten, you are. And if you think you dare not, you won't. If you like to win but think you can, it's almost a cinch you won't. If you think you will lose, you've already lost. For this powerful truth we find, success begins with a person's will. It's all a state of mind. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger woman or man, but sooner or later, those who win, those who first think and then know that they can. And I know if you swish consistently and spray consecutively, now, my friend, you can speak courageously. Speak to yourself. See, 83% of self-talk, they say, is negative, right? And that's one reason why I wrote the powerful book, How to Build a Big Team Fast. By the way, that's one reason why Stephen K. Scott, I love this book he has on the richest man that ever lived, talking about Solomon. And now he has a new one coming out on the Joseph principles, my friend. But I talk about it here about talking to yourself. Again, psychologists tell us that 83% of our self-talk, get this now, 83% of our self-talk is negative. Oh my goodness, that's so good. Refreshing. Wow. So 83% of our self-talk is negative. Listen, if anybody else talked to you the way your mind talks to you, you wouldn't have anything to do with them. See, the great African proverb said, if there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. See, sometimes the greatest enemy is right in between your two ears. And that's why, my friend, I write books like this to help you to retrain your brain, retrain the way you talk to yourself. And watch this, my friend, and that's why we have these trainings as well. And especially I have a 21-day breakthrough challenge that'll help you with that. But watch this. You got to not just swish consistently and not just spray consecutively, but the third SC. Now, these three will ensure your success. It's a formula. A formula works every time by everyone that works it in every situation they work it in. So watch this. So speaking courageously, start speaking courage to yourself. See, stop talking. I used to talk myself out of everything. Well, I'm not going to call so-and-so. They probably going to say no. They wouldn't be interested anyway. How do you know? By the way, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. Hello, somebody. But I used to talk myself out. Listen, I used to talk myself. Is there anybody out there like me, or is that just me all by myself? But I used to talk myself out of all kinds of things. Well, it probably won't work. Or how about this one? Well, what if it doesn't work? Has anybody ever said that to yourself? Well, what if it doesn't? I like to say, well, what if it works better than I thought it was going to work? Speak courageously. Speak courageously to yourself. The greatest book ever written talks about David in the worst time of his life. The Bible says David encouraged himself. That means he said something good about himself to himself that would encourage himself. It's great. Listen, I'm going to encourage you on these trainings. I'm going to encourage you. By the way, my breakthrough marketing system, I'm going to tell you that's going to be coming out, my friend, any day now. Matter of fact, we're going to show you, we're going to start opening up we're going to allow 50 people to be founding members, 50 people to be founding members. And we already had 2 people I talked to that said, Doc, I want in now. I want to be I want to be the first of the founding members. And so anyway, we're going to I'll have little Zooms about that, but it's going to be a total marketing system, shows you step by step. I mean, you're going to have capture page, you're going to have all kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to be doing short little Zooms about that, my friend. And I'll give you information at the end. Remind me if I forget, because I want to stay on track right now. But again, spray consistently. And you can't spray consistently until you first join. Swish consistently, thank you. And then spray consecutively. But again, if you don't have the products, you can't swish and you can't spray. By the way, anybody can do this. A child can do this, my friend. That's why this is the easiest business model I've ever seen in my life. There's only one way you can't fail, and that is if you don't give it a shot. That's the only way you can fail. No way. See, they give you a full 30%, a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. Why? Because they know the results. They know how it works. They know the power, my friend. See, when you give the body what the body needs in the form the body can use it, the body does what God designed it to do, which is to heal itself, according to Psalm 103. So swish consistently. You already are consistent. You're just consistent of being inconsistent. Now we're going to get you just to tweak it a little bit and be consistent at being consistent. swishing consistently, and then spraying consecutively, and then speaking courageously. Speak first to yourself. Say, self, you can do it. Self, you can. Sometimes I say to myself, self, you the brother like no other. Hey, self, you the master disaster, can't say it no faster. You too strong to be weak. You too sweet to be sour. You can't take credit as all God and your wife's power. You got to speak courageously. Speak to yourself. Stan, you can do this thing, man. I know you can. Hey, Stan, you're a success. Hey, Stan, you're a chair. Listen, get in the mirror and talk. Speak courageously to yourself. Say, listen, you made the right decision if you joined this team. You made the right decision if you joined, my friend. And by the way, we have one huge team. It's called a success line, where each of us creates a success for the rest of us if you're part of this family, the Neumi family. Now, again, James has his LMV, like-minded values, that team, and then my personal team. What Brian's in is VIP. Hold on a second. Oh my goodness, it's skipping my mind. Brian, where you at?
Diamond.
It's right there on the thing. Diamond VIP. Thank you, Roland. Okay, Diamond VIP. And then I'm Breakthrough Bible Dream Team. Yeah, I'm out there, bro. Breakthrough Bible Dream Team. Okay, so I'm looking for a specific kind of person that I want to work with. But anyway, watch this. But speak courageously to yourself. Speak courageously to the Lord. You know, the book says, "Let us come boldly to the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy, find grace to help in time of need." So you can speak courageously. Listen, I was meditating this morning on the scripture, 1 Corinthians 1:9, about God says we are called to the fellowship of his dear son. Like, wow. Like I'm a minister of the gospel, and I've been blessed to preach and teach in all 50 states and 28 countries. That was a great privilege to be called to be a minister, but the greater privilege is called to prayer, to pray, to fellowship with him. And guess what, my friend? You can fellowship with him. You can come boldly, like the Bible says. So come boldly and open up your mouth and speak and ask for big things. There's a scripture, and I'm not going to get into preaching here. Let me just settle down, breathe. Okay, I can hear my wife say, "Baby, just breathe a little bit. Just breathe." Psalm 81:10, it says, "I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I can fill it." In other words, God says, as big as you can open up your mouth to ask me for things, I can fill that. I can do even more than that, according to Ephesians 3:20. So I'm saying, speak courageously, my friend. You don't have to come and say, "Well, if it be thy will, could I become a senior member within the next year?" No, you could become a crown two in the next 6 months if you wanted to. I'm saying, listen, speak courageously. Speak to yourself, my friend. Speak life to yourself. Stop speaking death to yourself. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, Proverbs 18:21. Stop saying, "Well, I'm not that, and I'm not this, and I'm not," when Willie Jolly and I were speaking over 20-something years ago at Howard University, he said, "Dr. Stan, man, you're incredible." He said, "But branding's everything." He said, "When you speak to crowds and you break those boards and you write things on bricks and you break them and bend steel bar," and he said, you need to not be branded as Dr. Stan. He said, you need a branding. He said, think about this. He says, like a person who gets sick, they go to the doctor and he writes them out a prescription. He said, when someone needs a breakthrough, you're the guy with the prescription. He said, "Man, I've heard you. You're incredible. You speak on breakthrough better than anybody I know. You break it down simple, and you infuse in people a desire to have a breakthrough. So you should be Dr. Breakthrough." I said, "Well, I don't know if that's true, but I promise you one thing. I'll live the rest of my life to make sure it is." See, in my earlier life, I would have said, "Oh, no, I'm Dr. Break. No. Listen, my friend, no, I embraced it. I said, "Well, okay, I'll make sure I live the rest of my life." And guess what? Now, everywhere I go, people are like, "Dr. Breakthrough, you're Dr. Breakthrough." Matter of fact, Brian, when he called me, he said, "I can't figure out this company. They got a breakthrough comp plan, a breakthrough products. Everything they talk about is breakthrough. I can't figure out how they doing this without Dr. Breakthrough as a coach or as a speaker, or as a trainer." I'm saying, listen, now when people think about breakthrough, my name, they think about me, my friend. But years ago, if I'd have said, well, I don't know. And how many times are people trying to give you a compliment and you try to push it away? And guess what? I think we think that's being humble. I never forget one time I was like, "Lord, I'm so discouraged." This is many years ago. I was like, and it's kind of like I didn't hear audible voice. It was like he spoke to my spirit. It's like, when people compliment you, you reject it. When people criticize you, You internalize it, you accept it. Who do you think is sending the criticism? The enemy. So you accept what the enemy sends. Who do you think touched that person's heart to say something nice to you? That was me. You reject the gift that I tried to give you. And so you accepted the criticism, you're internalizing that, now you're down and discouraged. They tried to give you a compliment, which is a gift from me, and you pushed it back away under the guise of being humble. No, humility just means everything that happens, I know God's the one that gave me the strength, the power, the ability to do it. Come on, somebody. I didn't become a champion by myself. I had a sensei, a teacher, instructor. But listen, my friend, but I had a God that gave me the wisdom, the ability. So listen. Learn to speak courageously to yourself about yourself, right? I started saying, I talk about in this book, I'm the leader that multitudes of people are looking for. I started saying that years ago, my friend. I educate, empower, and elevate people to pray. I'm saying, listen, you got to speak courageously to yourself. When you get a little discouraged, say self, no, you ain't throwing in the towel. You're going to keep on going. Matter of fact, you know what? You need to push extra hard right now. Come on. Speak to yourself courageously. Remember, courage is fear that just said its prayers and stepped out on faith. And faith is fully anticipating it to happen. Then speak to God, my friend. God, every day I say, Lord, I said this morning, I pray, Lord, send people from the east, the west, the north, the south, people that have been touched by you, people willing to be tied together so we can transform the lives of others. Lord, I thank you that today in every way and every day hereafter, you're increasingly giving me more wisdom and knowledge, favor and connections and wherewithal to empower those under my jurisdiction and beyond to experience breakthroughs that would please you, profit them, and cause my family and I to prosper. Every day, my friend, I say to myself, everything good that can happen will happen, and it will happen at the best possible time. You got to speak courageously to yourself. You got to speak courageously to God, and then you can speak courageously to others. Because when I speak to God, I say, God, open people's hearts with, Lord, when I speak to them, soften their hearts so they hear. Give me power, God, so when I speak, Lord, give me the right words to say. Lord, help me, empower me, strengthen me, Lord. And guess what, my friend? And now I'm going to speak to people knowing that God's blessing, knowing that he's going to help. He said he'll bless the work of my hands, but not just, I don't believe he's going to just bless the work of my hands. He's going to bless the work of my mouth. Come on, somebody. And I'm going to work my mouth. I'm going to speak courageously, my friend. I'm going to talk to people about, I think, the greatest breakthrough. Stephen K. Scott said, they asked him, how did you do over $4 billion in infomercial sales? He said, because we only marketed breakthrough products that would solve a problem and provide a solution. And then he said, guess what? I found my biggest breakthrough ever with glutathione in the form of NutraSwish, works from the inside out, and Neumi Skin works from the outside in. So remember, spray consistently, swish consistently, spray consecutively, and then speak courageously. By the way, do you know why when I get on here, I can be so courageous? Because see, early this morning before the sun came up, I already prayed and asked God to give me power. I already prayed and asked God to soften your hearts. I already prayed and asked God to do a great and mighty work. And by the way, yesterday there was 2 people I didn't intend on talking to. I called one guy by accident, and before I was done talking to him, he signed up, my friend. Somebody else called and said, man, and we were talking. I said, by the way, can I talk to you? I'm saying, listen, how does this happen? I'll tell you why, because I've learned, get this now, not just to swish consistently, but I've learned to spray consecutively. And then I learned to speak courageously. I speak to myself, Stan, you can do this thing. You're a champion. I speak to God, give me power. And now I speak to others, expecting them to say yes. Matter of fact, when somebody says no, I'm so shocked. I'm like, man, I thought they'd have more sense than that. But see, some of you, you're like I used to be. I used to expect everybody to say no, and everybody said no. And then I started expecting everybody to say yes, and I started getting more yeses. But anyway, let me come to a close here. I said I was going to be shorter. Man, time flies when you're having fun. So when you, number one, swish consistently, spray consecutively, speak courageously, you will succeed convincingly. Oh, you will succeed convincingly. In other words, people say, hey, Doc, man, like today I posted it on my wall about several of the people on my team that are making the ranks. And somebody inboxed me and said, man, your team is really moving. Can I be part of that? I'm saying, listen, success breeds more success. Success causes people to say, man, I want to be part of what you're doing. So guess what? You got to create the success. And guess what? It just takes 3 simple steps. 3 simple steps. And now you can succeed convincingly. And your success speaks for itself. Somebody said to me one time as I closed, they said, man, you are so convincing. I'm like, well, I appreciate that, but that's not really so. I'm not convincing. I don't even try to convince people. I just convey what I believe from a place of conviction. And so when I convey what I believe from a place of conviction, the people that hear me are convinced. But they're not convinced because I'm trying to convince them. They're convinced because I'm conveying what I believe from a place of conviction. Now, if you understand what I just said, send that to me. But anyway, but no, you get what I'm saying? I'm saying, my friend, that conviction. And when you get, guess what? When you swish consistently enough and spray consecutively enough and speak courageously enough to yourself, to God, and to others, you can't help. It's a law. It's a formula. Remember, formula works every time by everyone that works it, and every situation they work. You can't help but succeed convincingly. And now people will start coming out of the woodworks, my friend. That's one reason why I work so hard now. I know as I make my story, I know as I create this thing, people will start coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, Doc, I want to be part of what you're doing. But my friend, you and I have to create that thing first, my friend. Now, I just have a head start on some of you, and Ronan has a head start on some of us, and James, but guess what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, my friend. Some people that are a few steps ahead, if they got there, that means you can get there, but you got to keep on stepping, my friend. You got to keep on, you got to step when you feel like it, step when you don't feel like it, keep stepping till you do feel like it. Swish when you feel like it, swish when you don't feel like it, switch till you do feel like it. Spray when you feel like it, spray when you don't feel like it, spray until you do feel like it. Speak when you feel like it, speak when you don't feel like it, speak until you do feel like it. And next thing you know, you're a success. And people, my friend, become convinced before you even open your mouth because they can see the success that you're having. That's why I do what I do. That's why I took what allowed me to go to top of 9 different companies and build one team to 1.5 million people. And I put it in a little simple 100-page book where people can get all the secrets wrapped up in. Listen, that's why, my friend, we do this. And that's why I'm launching the breakthrough marketing system. But my friend is going to give you all the, whoever gets involved with the breakthrough marketing system, you're going to have the unfair advantage, my friend. And by the way, we're going to make it, we're just super, like $9.97 for the month. And we're looking for 50 people to be 50 founding members. And by the way, we're going to have it where you can refer 3 people and then yours will be free, right? So just like here with Neumi, by the way, you get 3, you make $50, right? And then you help those 3 to get 3. Now that's $250. Then you help those 3 to get 3. And then that's $1,500. And if they're all on auto-ship, my friend, ooh, that's $1,500 a month. And then you can start another one, my friend. This is so good. This is so good. So my friend, we wish for you the best. And so if you're interested, you say, hey, Doc, I want to get involved. And I want to know about the short webinar you do to talk about the breakthrough marketing system. By the way, it's generic. So, but specifically for everybody here, we're going to show you how to blow up in a good way your Neumi business. So send me a text right now, or send it, just write the number down, 717-275-3508. 717-275-3508 if you want information on that. And my friend, here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's what I'm going to tell you. It's not just the best training. It's not just incredible tools, my friend. And we're talking about step by step where the thing, it shows you the points and you just follow and point. But I mean, bro, I am just so excited because all my life, my friend, I've always helped other people build their thing. Now I built my own thing that helps other people build their thing. So remember I said, if it's not win-win-win, I'm not in, but if it's a win-win-win, I'm all the way in. So my friend, I'm telling you, If you want the unfair advantage, you definitely want to be part of the breakthrough marketing system, my friend. I'm going to teach you about being a breakthroughpreneur. I'm going to teach you that, my friend, any barrier that God didn't make, it was made to be broken. So we just break through the records and we're going to train you. So again, 717-275-3508. If you're interested in being one of the first 50 founding members, say, Doc, please, I need information. I'm ready to go. All righty. So I trust this has blessed you. So my friend, again, I wish for you nothing more than you to reach your dreams, your goals, and your aspirations. And with the breakthrough marketing system, my friend, wherever you want to go in life, whatever you want to accomplish, we're going to help you to get there faster and easier. We're going to provide mentors who can inspire you. We're going to give you a model you can follow, teach you methods you can implement, and the speed of your implementation will determine the speed of your success. But Brian Roberts texted me, hey, Doc, I'm in, man. What I got to do? I'm in. I just love that guy, man. He's incredible. All right, folks, we appreciate you. God bless you. We love you. And there's nothing you can do about it except receive it.